Welcome to today's topic. We will study los números. Numbers are very important in Spanish, and there are some changes that you will see during this presentation. Okay? The first part is focusing on the numbers from 0 to 15 that you have to learn by heart. There is no other way to go. 0, 1, and 1 is a number that can be feminine as well. So it can be uno or it can be una. Now remember, uno in front of a masculine noun has to drop the O. Okay, don't forget that. Dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, seis, siete, ocho, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now, from 0 to 15, you have to learn it by heart. There is no other way to go but learn it by heart. After that, when we hit 16, right, see what happened. You combine two numbers with 16. 10, right, that is here, and 6. 10 y 6. 10 y 6. This is one way to do it. It's very old-fashioned, but you hear the pieces of information. 10, the number 10, y, right? The number 6, 16. Now, the new generation tends to say it faster. 16. Now, notice what happened. This E here, right, is here, right? So, we compress the number into one single number, 16, right? It's the same with 17, right? You can compress it into 17, 18, 19, 20, right? Now, when you hit 20, you can do exactly the same thing here as we did here. 21 can be feminine as well, so it can be 22, or you can compress it one more time, saying 21. Notice that I am underlining the E, right? So this is the compressed form. This is what the new generation tends to say. This is what I like to say because you can hear every single number. Número 20, right? Y 1 here, right? 21 or 21. It will be the same with 22 or 22, right? Now, here, what I have here are by tens, right? I skip the unos, adding the numbers, but you can do that on your own. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. I hope that you hear the ending. All these numbers starting in 30, ending in ta. It's very repetitive. It helps us to remember and memorize the tens. And if you hear it one more time, you will realize that we are using the basic number in order to make the tens. 30, that resembles tres, right? 40, that 40 resembles cuatro, and so on and so on and so on, right? Let me erase this part and continue with 100, 100. Now this is very important. This will be flat number, 100, right? You have to learn it. But then when you add another number to 100, let's say 101, ciento. We move from 100 to ciento, and that to is very important here. Notice that we don't say 101 like many people say it in English, 101. We don't say that. It's 101. Let me do another, add another number, will be 102. dos, and so on and so on. What happened when we hit 200? Well, focus in the first number. That's the important one. That's the one that will give you the clue. What number is that? And if you says dos, you are absolutely right. Write down dos and then add cientos in plural. Why in plural? Because dos is a plural number. It will be the same with 300. What number is this? And if you tell me tres, you are absolutely right. 300 is plural again, right? Next one. What number is the first one? This one? Cuatro, you says. You are absolutely right. 400. Now, notice that the next one is another change in the 100. Instead of cinco, that is the first number, right? We don't use it logical here. We change a little bit here and we say 500. You need to learn this by heart, especially if you never heard numbers before. It's not 500 in the sense of 500, it's 500. And if you had to add a number in between, it will be the same. It will be 500. Let's say that we want to do 549, right? You focus in the first number. That will be 500, right? And then you focus in the second two numbers, and that's the tens, 49. Right? Next 100 will be, what number is that? You say 6, you are correct. 600. Let's focus in the next one, and that's another change, so I will circle the changes, right? That's, instead of siete, that is the logical number, we will say 700. The cientos doesn't change, but the first number changed, 700. Next number, what number is this? You says 8, you are right, 800, right? Correct. And the final number is another change, right? Instead of saying 900, we say 900, right? 900. I will underline that. And if you had to add numbers in between, it's the same thing that we did here with 549, 549, right? Let's move into the 1,000, and we will hit a million as well. So 1,000 is interesting in Spanish because we don't have to say the first number. It's enough to say mil, right? We don't need to say un mil. Mil carries the whole number. Now what happens? This is very interesting because mil will not agree, won't agree with plural. So if you have this number here, right? You will say, what number is this? You are right, 2,000. Right? Let's say that you put another crazy number and you have, what number is this? Oh, you have to think a little bit, right? Yes, you are right, 99,000. Right? Now we can hit the million now. Remember what I said with mil. We don't have to say the numero uno. But in millón, we have to do it. So we will say un millón. And there is a reason for doing that. Right? Un millón. Remember the rule. Uno, always drop the O in front of a masculine noun. Millón is masculine. Right? Now what happens if you says this number, right? What number is this? Dos. Okay. That has to be plural. 2,000,000. Right? And because millón agree with the number, so it can be singular if it's un millón or plural if it's 2,000,000 or more, it's important to say the first number, in particularly in the first one, un millón. I hope that you find this interesting and you feel capable of practicing this number. So we'll practice a little bit. Say that I give you this number. Right? What number is that? Focus in the first number, remember? Ciento, right? Why ciento and no cien? Because we have extra numbers. It's not 100 flat, it has other numbers there. So ciento, and then focus in the tens. What tens is this? Setenta, you are right. Y tres. Remember adding, right? Setenta y tres. What about if we do this? Right? Same thing, right? Focus in the first number. Setecientos. Right? Now focus in the tens. 58. What about if we practice a little bit of history? What number is that? Now we have a challenge. We have 4 numbers. Same thing. Focus in the first number. That's a mil, right? So mil. Right? Now this number here, we already practiced that. That's the 100. Setecientos. And now the easy part, you focus in the tens. Setenta y seis. And if I am correct, that's the independence year of the US, right? Now what about if you were born in 1990? Same thing, focus in the first number, mil, then the hundreds, novecientos, and then the tens, right? And that's a flat, noventa. So how you say that number? 1990. What about if you were born in the year 2000? That's very easy, right? Focus in the first number, dos, and then these 3 zeros are equal to mil. I hope that you find this very, very interesting. I hope that you can practice on your own, you can challenge yourself, you can do some numbers and try to write down. This is a very, very important topic, right? So my recommendation is, as usual, practice, practice, practice. So long for now.